Scott, thanks for joining us on the show, man. How are you? You're looking very bearish. Looks like you're in disguise.
Yeah.
Disguise there.
It's my favorite onesie. It's got teddy bears,
Yeah,
and love heart, and then my beautiful hippie hemp hat.
I love it. It's like it's a disguise, a metal disguise. So no one
You have to not be metal in a onesie.
It's true. They need to. Maybe that should be the next big thing: is metal onesies. Like all these bands, you know, they're bringing out, you know, underpants, skateboards, and all that kind of thing. And I haven't seen one onesie. I haven't seen, you know, you'd think that, you know, Black Sabbath, you'd have Sharon Osbourne would be like, we need millions of onesies with Aussie all over them. But I haven't seen one.
Why not?
I know, right? I'd wear one.
I mean, yeah, I'm totally metal tonight, eating Oreos and drinking ginger beer.
It's a Sunday night, my friend.
Mm.
And this time next week, we'll be in deep reflection because it is Saturday, what is it? What's the date? Saturday. I don't even know what the 12th?
February,
the 11th.
February 11th.
February
11th.
I should know this already. Is the final Minus Life show ever, which is
Goodbye.
Yeah, which is really quite. I mean, it's sad. You know, we've done many shows together over the years, and I've seen how much you've done for the scene and everything like that. But how are you feeling going into this show?
I'm pumped. I can't wait to play. We haven't played in 8-9 months.
Wow.
So I'm kind of looking forward to getting my feet wet on the weekend, or re-wetted. Let's just call it re-wetted.
Moistened.
As my 6-year-old say, Dad, I'm re-wetted. No. Yeah. But actually, speaking of which, the Mansfield Tavern have been really cool because they actually can have underage people there if the show permits. You can do it, but they don't really do it.
Yeah, true.
We asked as a band if our kids could come and watch us play, and they have graciously said yes for just the guys in Minus Life. You're welcome to bring your kids along just while you guys play and get to check us out, as long as they're under parental supervision. So my 6-year-old and 12-year-old will get to see Dad play, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Unky Nev better behave himself then, right? Better I'll go easy on the beers, so I won't be embarrassing you in front of everybody.
That's all right, mate. I embarrass my kids enough as it is. My daughter today, we're at Whitewater World, and she started dancing. She goes, "Dance, Dad." So I started twerking. She was like, "Okay, stop." I said, "No, you wanted me to start. I have no shame." So yeah, they've been embarrassed enough. That's okay.
Yeah, that's all right, because by the time you guys are on, I'm going to be pretty sauced, I tell you.
Yeah, it's going to be a good night.
It's going to be incredible because, I mean, this lineup is just phenomenal because we've got not only Minus Life and we're celebrating the life of Minus Life, but we've also got some of the best bands that this country has to offer. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again, that even if I wasn't playing this thing, I would be at it purely because there's bands on here on top of Minus Life that I'm absolutely hanging to see. Now, like Black Lava are fucking one of the best bands in the country, and you've managed to bring them up for this show.
For the first time in Brisbane.
Yeah, dude. I am so pumped for this. They are amazing. So obviously we'll go through the bands, kicking off with those guys. How did you bring those guys into it?
Well, we'd played with Neoblevskaris many years ago, many moons ago, down at the Tote with Alarum, and it was Neoblevskaris, I think, one of their first shows, and they played the gig with us, and I think they were the maybe first or second band on, and they were mind blown back then. And I've always sort of, I guess, kept following some of the guys, and here and there we've chatted. Um, and when Black Lava was released, I was like, holy crap, Dan Preslin's gone from one extreme band to another fucking awesome band, like totally different genres, but his style of playing, he's all class. And then we got guys from Hadal Moore in there, and the
Yeah.
vocalist himself, and like this, banshee style screams. So I really enjoyed what I heard. And then I shot Dan a message on Facebook, say, you remember? He's like, yeah, of course. And we just got chatting, and look, we've been looking for a show to come up to do our first gig, but we only want to come up, if it's a worthwhile gig. I said, well, why don't you jump on this one? And we talked turkey and got it done. And I really wanted it here because, I mean, it brings, I wanted it to be a huge show. And I think those guys, they're already, they're with Seasons of Mist, records and all that, which is the same company as Now Leviscaris. And, they're going to do big things, and their film clips have been amazing. And the first release, I mean, I can't wait. They've already just hit the studio and started recording their second album already.
It's nuts, eh? It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's the crazy thing was also that when they recorded the first album, I should have had that written down. I apologize, guys, but I love the album. It's fucking incredible. They had COVID, and they smashed it like vocally. Like I can't believe I can't even imagine like even getting out of bed and going to a studio with COVID, and they delivered something that was pretty damn fucking special. So I can't wait to see that live. That stuff live is going to be amazing.
Well, COVID, I've had it, and it ripped through my throat hardcore. So the fact that he had similar things, man, to do that with a COVID throat, oh my God, I can only imagine what he's going to be like live at full strength.
Insane. Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And we've also got our pals Freedom of Fear. Amazing.
Oh, cannot wait. I mean, I've seen them only twice. They played Mental Health, which was my event earlier last year.
Yep.
They came up recently with, I can never say Xenobiotic or something like that. Did I get it right? All right.
Yeah, Xenobiotic. Yep.
And I caught them at that gig, and you guys were playing that one, and I missed you. Sorry, Neville. Yeah, because I was doing work things.
Right.
But caught him up at the Woolly Mammoth, and they just second time. The first time you're always blown away by a band, but when you see them the second time, and they even blow you away even more. I mean, wow. As a band, they're just intense. So to have them on is awesome for the farewell gig. Yeah.
Oh, and just the best people. Like shout out to those guys. They're just brutal as fuck. But
and Matt, if you're watching,
sweethearts,
how can you? And Matt, if he's watching this, this is for you. I love you and hate you at the same time. You're such an animal on guitar.
Yeah.
And then, hold on, I'm just going to be a sick band drummer for Holler, and I'm just going to be going. Oh no, you look like I could just play drums as well. Like, oh God, you're so annoyingly talented. No, it's awesome. Like, as if he's not an awesome guitarist.
Yeah, man.
He started playing drums. Although, what's he like as a drummer? And I just saw another one of his playthroughs today, and I'm like, man, this guy is.
I haven't seen him do. I haven't seen that. I didn't know that.
You haven't,
Dude.
It's annoying. Don't watch it. You'll be annoyed. He will.
Best dudes, and dudettes. They're very cool people, and I feel very lucky that we did the mental health, and then we went and played Woolly Mammoth and Frankie's with them as well, and they were just nothing but cool to us, and
I think
talented.
Jade is a vocalist. It's funny, like she epitomizes most metal vocalists, like out the back.
Yeah.
How are you going? Gets out those, and it's like, it's just what, and that really, speaks volumes of what metal people are really like. I mean, my partner her first gig was when she met me, and we were in Sydney, and she came along, and she's like, I've never come along to one of these shows, and everybody was so polite and
Mm.
nice. And then I've got friends that have come to shows that have like never were not interested. We're going to sell their ticket. Like, I'm like, man, just come along and support it. Afterwards, like, my God, that was the best show. Like, everyone here, like, I bumped into somebody and they said sorry. Then they go, I go to a normal nightclub, they bump into you and they want to punch on. I'm like, man, metalheads are no, 9 times out of 10, they're just normal people, chill people that just
Yeah.
like extreme music, and we like wearing black. Well, some of us do anyway.
It's true, man. I tell you, but I tell you what, though, that is true because when I was running the club down here on the Gold Coast, they were very reluctant when we moved venues. The venue that we had it at were very reluctant to have us because they're like metal. Oh no, we can't do that. But after we did a couple, they were like, "You guys are the best. Everyone here is so super nice and polite. We get the hip hop crowd in, and they're fighting out in the streets and like breaking the doors, and they were like, well, they did so much damage, but you guys like." Even you come back and put your drinks back on the bar, your empty glasses, like it's like, yeah, well, that's I don't know. Maybe I don't know where that comes from. Metal people are very respectful, kind people.
Oh, look, they did a study a long time ago about metal people having, and it doesn't happen to all of them because, look, I've met a lot of metal people that don't have high IQs. Um, yeah, me, no, but but all walks of life come along. But they said a lot of studies show that people with, heightened awareness and IQs and that actually like metal music because of all the different elements going on. And most people that come from, either if they're intelligent or come from an educated background or whatever, I'm not, sort of stigmatizing anyone, but they're generally coming from places where manners are important.
Yes.
And it is important. In metal, there's not a culture of thug life. There's not, and look, I love hip hop, don't get me wrong, but the culture is thug life and, look at someone's shoes and be like, yo, man, you need wearing the right shoes.
Yeah.
Metal, man, I've rocked up to shows wearing Adidas long pants and white sneakers and short hair now. And, and nobody's coming and going, man, what the hell are you wearing? They're just,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
most
it.
of them will come up and laugh, go, hey, you want a beer? And you're like, yeah, they don't care. They don't care if they come, they know you're there to support the music. It's not an image. I
That's right.
mean, you get the guys with their battle jackets and all that. Cool, whatever. And you want to wear that? Wear it. If you want to, I mean, can't remember his name. I met him at the BP Servo at Brown's Place. And the next time I see him at a show, he's in a women's dress. And I was like, that's cool. Yeah,
Man,
whatever, man. And whatever floats your boat. Metal is open to everything. And just come and enjoy yourself.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm.
And we've also got the mighty Alarum. Now, those guys are just proggy, like the best prog shit in Australia. Like they're just amazing, and they're just
Yeah,
awesome dudes. Like Pal and those guys are just awesome.
yeah, and they've been great friends of ours and big supporters over the years. We've done a lot of shows, and we are really lucky to have them because when I originally negotiated terms, I was talking with Alarum, but Parv wasn't sure if they're going to have a drummer, and in the interim, I'd
Mm.
already negotiated with Black Lava and Freedom of Fear. And when Parv got back to me, I was like, dude, I'm sorry, I didn't think you were actually because it'd been so long. I'm like, I've only got this slot for you, and he's like, oh, it's a bit early. I said, I know, but I really want you up here. And he went back and said, no, we want to come up and support you guys and be there for the farewell show. And they've agreed to play early. I mean, that a band of that caliber on at seven
Yeah,
o'clock at night. And some people might go, oh, why are you having them there? And that's offensive. It's like, no, 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 that's all we could offer because we'd already negotiated terms with everyone else. And unfortunately, it's the nature of the beast sometimes. And full credit to them, that shows the type of band they are. They're willing to come and support us. And I mean, they know we'd do the same for them at the drop of a hat, and I'm just honored to have them up on the last show because those guys, like even when Minus Life had previously disbanded, I'd catch up with the boys whenever I went to Melbourne. I'd go and catch up with Palf and Youngie and that and say good day. And so we've remained friends over the years. So it's awesome to have good mates come up and play the show.
absolutely. Best dudes. And that's the thing about this as well. I mean, you've also got Ancient Remains, young fellas that are just crushing it
Yeah,
as
which I
well.
haven't seen yet. I haven't seen them play live. And Travis caught them, I think, at the New Year's gig. He's like, man, those kids are awesome.
Mm.
and they're young up and coming kids because I've been working with Daniel on his vocals and stuff like that, and he's super passionate about his music. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, that one. Oh, thank you. Gesundheit. They're passionate kids, and I'm excited to see them play. And I've heard that they rip shit up, so I'm looking forward to seeing them actually play live.
And Snake Mountain. I don't know. It's
Snake
weird.
Mountain.
It's weird. It's weird saying like, yeah. I mean, I should be like, hey, Snake Mountain, but it's like my own band. But we are very, very excited to be playing this thing. Like we've been looking forward to. It's been on our band calendar on the wall in the jam room for a real long time, and we're like ticking it off. We're bringing out a couple of little surprises for the show. We can't wait, man. Like the dudes are just pumped. It's gonna be the best.
Well, I think metal's in your veins,
Oh yes.
Neville.
Yeah.
Just like the new track that you released, Veins.
Yeah, funny enough. Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about that on Triple Z actually, because it just came from a radio interview, and with the boys there, like with the Doom Hippie, and those guys are just awesome dudes, like the Doc as well. And we were actually talking about that track and just going, I believe, and this is my personal opinion, you found your group. Like, take nothing away from all the old guys, but it feels like the progression of Snake Mountain over the years progressively got heavier and heavier. And this is just new song. It's like, I really feel like this is going to start boosting Snake Mountain even more.
Thanks, man.
Guys are kind of like an Oreo. Nice to look at. And very delicious.
But if you eat too much of them, it makes your shit turn black. Have you noticed that? I did that and I freaked out once.
Also, like an Oreo, too much is never enough.
Oh yeah, it's true. You can eat it. Yeah, no, but I'm gonna put that as the review on the yeah, on the review on the track. It's gonna say Scott Moss. Snake Mountain is like an Oreo. I don't know, and I'll just roll with that.
Too much is never enough.
Too much is never enough. And if you eat a whole packet, it'll make your shit turn black. Like metal.
That's right.
But
like metal. But like every time I see you guys play, like, you look at you look like this guy that's just like come from behind a counter at a dentist or something like that. And then you get up on stage and you turn into this like banshee monster, like, go the fuck away. Who's that guy?
Yeah,
where'd that nice level go? I'm scared.
Yeah, that's the real dude. That's the real guy. Yeah.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde or whatever it is. We're all in characters. Characters is a big thing, and this is something I've spoken to a lot about with the guys I work with in vocals. Characters. If you don't bring out the character, you won't hit it the way you should. Right. Certain things like coming back and doing some of the songs that I used to do, and back in the day, I probably wasn't as good of a vocalist as I am now, toot my own horn, but I've practiced a lot more, got a lot more educated and a lot more trained professionally. And the things I was doing in the past were just things I had ability to do without actually knowing why I could do it, and then learning how to fry, scream, and false chord properly. Like one of the tracks like Dark Child of Hate that we still play, I could never really hit the highs with the fry. And the other week, I just said to the guys, unfortunately, man, it's just the thing I've got to belt out. And it's just, that's when I was untrained or not as trained. And so I did it and I nailed it. But the damage it causes is not good for your throat. So it's not a song, unfortunately, that we're going to be playing too many times after this show. So, I'm going to smash it out and give it 110%, I'd say.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, I know what you mean about the character, but sometimes it's something that I've sort of wrestled with, thinking some people think it is a character, but sometimes I think it's actually a part of us that we sort of lock away in a little box. Because it's not, if it was a character, we're, I guess, pretending to be somebody. But I don't feel like, and I know that you're not this when you get up there. It's not you're pretending to be someone. It's someone that is in you that is
Yeah.
kind of put aside and then at those moments comes out and takes over. That's how I feel it is.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. And that's spot on. Like when I say characters, it's just like that person's coming out. It's a
Yeah.
different part of me. Like when someone says, "Oh, you've got a lot of character." It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I do. And I've got a lot of characters in within me because, man, my mind's going 100 miles an hour. Like even while we're talking, I'm thinking
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
business, surfing, blah 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 blah. My mind never stops going,
Yeah. Me
and
too.
it's just who I've always been. And I think that's very representative in my vocal style too.
Absolutely.
And that's with yourself. When we get into this, okay, daily life, then we go into this. Okay, we're in this area. Okay, that's the different personality. Like that's what I mean by character. That
Yes.
personality translates over that, and then boom, this is who I am here. This is the part of me I get to be whoever I want to be, and it doesn't matter because it's my time, it's my performance, and I'm here to perform. And you're going to get 100% from me when I'm up on stage, and I'm going to deliver it as hard as I can.
Do
Yeah.
you ever get that feel? Have you ever been performing and had that sort of out of body experience where you're sort of going, holy shit, that's me doing that, and I don't know how I'm doing it. Like you go into sort of autopilot and you're making these sounds that are sometimes not natural.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I've ever had a moment like that personally, but everyone has a different experience when they're up
Yeah,
there. I think for me, when I'm up there personally, I'm more watching everybody. I'm trying to engage with.
yeah,
I try to connect with people, with every person that's in the crowd. I like to hope that at some point I've looked at them and we've had a moment and they've gone, I can relate, or hey, cool, like we've had that. Whether it's meaningful to them or not, it's meaningful to me. When I perform to people, I want people to have an experience and come away going, what a show. But yeah, personally, I've never had that out of body experience. But you never know. On Saturday night, I could have it. I'll be like, Neville, I finally had a
it happened.
moment,
It happened.
out of
I saw
body
myself doing the
experience.
thing, or maybe I'm just I need to go see a therapist. Who knows?
We're artists, man. We all need therapy.
Artistes. Yeah, I know. But man, it's really exciting and looking back at all the great things that Minus Life have done in the life of Minus Life. That makes sense. But opening for Slayer and all those things like that. Like how do you feel about this? I know you said excited, but looking back at all those things that you've achieved, is there a moment that really sticks out?
Man, it'll always be, I think, probably, there's a few really strong moments. Like obviously our first show, I still remember our first show at Ipswich.
Wow.
Um, our second show being the basement on a Wednesday night in front of 400 people back in the day when the basement just used to crank, and that was one of our gold shows, and we played it the second time. We're like, okay, well we've hit this venue on the second show, and it was just by chance, and that we got that show because the band pulled out.
Mm.
And then going on to support the Haunted, and we'd only just come back from Adelaide, and then we didn't even want to talk to each other, and then we get the phone call from Earache, like, yeah, you're playing with the Haunted, like, fucking hell, that's awesome, and then just supports. But yeah, look, Slayer will always have a big place in my heart. I think probably out of all the big shows, for me, the Big Day Out will always sort of probably be the number one. I mean, playing on the Converse stage straight after Trivium,
Yeah.
and I remember saying to the crowd, Trivium warmed you up, but we will fucking destroy you. And everyone just went, fucking yeah. And I had a friend go, I actually had a friend of mine who was there that said to me, "Oh, that's a bit fucking arrogant what you said." I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Oh, you think you're fucking top shit, you're better than Trivium." I said, "What do you want me to do? You want to go up on stage and go, oh, I'm not going to perform because Trivium just played?" I don't give a fuck what band it is. I don't give a fuck if we're playing with Slayer. I don't give a fuck if we're playing with Metallica. I don't give a fuck if we're playing with Trivium. I'm going to go out there and think I'm fucking the best band.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't, then don't get the fuck up on stage and don't deliver. But if you're worried about who this band is, you're not going to perform. Like when we were playing with Slayer, I was fucking pumped. I wasn't like, oh my god, we're going on before Slayer. I was like, fuck yeah, we're
Yeah.
playing with Slayer. Let's get up there in front of all those people and fucking fuck that crowd up. And a friend of mine was up from Adelaide, and he was a big fan of Slayer, and he was in Diatribe, the bass player Chris. Um, and we were down, backstage, just getting ready to laugh. And he's like, "Man, you guys are tripping me out." We're like, "What?" And he's like, "He's not even fucking nervous." We're like, "Why?" And he's like, "You're playing with fucking Slayer." I'm like, "And?" He's like, "It's fucking Slayer." I said, "I know it's Slayer, man, but we're fucking Minus Life. Let's
Yeah,
go out there and be Minus Life." Look, Slayer have got the crowd already. We can't compete with that. But all we can do is go out and hopefully get new fans. So go out there. Like Slayer started out as one of the little bands, and they were playing with big bands, and I'm sure they weren't like, "Oh my god," they were like, "Fuck yeah, let's go out there and fucking perform." And that's what you got to do as a band. So all you young bands out there, just get out there. It doesn't matter who you're playing with. Go out there and fucking destroy the stage. Doesn't matter who you're playing with. Pretend that everybody there is there to see you.
yep,
And that's all you got to do. It's not being disrespectful to the band above you. If anything, you're respecting that band by giving it 100%.
that's right.
So if anyone, and you know what, as musicians, you have to have a bit of ego because you're getting up to perform in front of people, and to do that, it is fucking hard to do. So you got to get up there, have that little bit of ego without being a dick, and just get up and perform.
That's right. You got to give people your all. You got to get up there and look them in the eye and give them a show. I mean, that's what they
100%.
pay for. Even if you're the support, you got to get up there and do your little dance and scream your little screams and play your
That's
guitar
right.
and really give them what their money's worth.
That's
That,
right.
that's the job of the support, I guess, the warm up.
That's right.
Mm. So what's next for you, my friend? Like, you got other projects on the go? Are you gonna chill out for a while?
Look, what's next is I'm moving to your neck of the woods. I'm moving down. We're going to be in Kira for a little while. We're finding a place to live, and surfing's on the agenda. I'm getting married at the end of the year. I've got a couple of kids, so a lot of time with them. I'm going to do a bit of overseas stuff. But if I do anything, it'll only ever be with Minus Life, and we've all agreed that that's sort of as a metal project. Like, on the live front, we're not playing. You know, for the foreseeable future for who knows long. But we're still going to be together and do some writing and stuff like that. And we might release a track or two. But you know, with me, I got my life, my kids, my future wife, and all that.
Yeah.
Ryan's got his things. Trav's talking about going to the mines. So, you know, it's a thing where you never know. It could, and it's never say never. We're not breaking up because there's bad blood in the band or anything like that. We're just sort of, calling it quits as a live band because we just don't have the time to do it. So, we might get together and, we've got a couple of things that we had that we'd had written and we've still sort of tinker with because that's the advantage of the internet now. You can send something to somebody and they can send it. And so who knows, man? And, in a year's time, we might release a track again. Who knows? And, leave it in the, ooh, you never know kind of basket. But this is our farewell. Like I said, there's nothing planned in the future at all. Um, but yeah, as we're all good mates, and we'll all still get together out every now and then, and and have a jam, and who knows, something might come of it, something might not. But either way, we're doing our own thing because we're getting older, and we'll just take it as it comes. Like if I might do some stuff with some bands, like as a guest vocalist, or I might jump on something. But yeah, I sort of at the moment I'll probably just come to some gigs every now and then, but predominantly, mate, I just want to wake up on the beach and get in the water and go for a surf and just I don't know, man. I guess I've become a bit of a nature boy. I'm sort of been getting in tune a bit more with going, to waterfalls and hiking and stuff with my partner and getting out in the water together and spending quality time with the kids and just sort of living life a bit more.
But the metal will always be in the heart, and you'll
100%.
you're always one of the best vocalists in the country, mate. And I've always
Oh,
respected you as a musician and
oh,
as a vocalist. Oh, no,
make
but
me
I have,
all
I
shy
have,
when you
mate.
say stuff like that.
There's a lot, there's a lot of love for you and the boys and what you've done for the scene, what you've done for other bands, and I can't wait to celebrate with you on Saturday night on what
I'm
minus
looking
stuff
forward
means.
to. Yeah, well, going by event pages, which you never do on Facebook, you never know, like the people just say yes, they're coming or not. But the traction in the last few days, like, started seeing the numbers jump up on attendance, which is more indicative of maybe who's coming because about a week out. That's when you go, because, when you add people early on, they forget. But when people start clicking on about a week out, you're like, okay, they've probably bought tickets, or bang, it's in the back of their mind. Yep, I'm going to that. So hopefully, going by that, I mean, ticket sales have been pretty strong already. So we're hoping for a crowd of 300 plus people. Fingers crossed that are going to come.
It's going to be epic, dude. It's going to be so good. I can't wait. All the beers.
What's that? Yeah, beers. Always got beers. So,
All the beers.
yeah, but we've got doors open at 4:30, and then Ancient Remains hits the stage at 5. So it's going to be what is it? We're on at 10, so it's going to be over 6 hours of metal. It's going to be huge,
Oh,
and
man.
and 6 quality bands too. So it's going to be a huge night.
What about merchandise? What about merch? Have you got merch that you're still going to be selling there for the show?
Yep, we got our leftovers. So if you want to get some leftovers, come get some leftovers. I'll be there. But on the night, got a bit of announcement probably tomorrow, or the next day. We're going to do 100 CDs, and we're going to all sign them. And the first 100 people that walk through the door get a free signed copy of Contorted Reality on
Yeah,
us.
that's amazing.
And that's just once again Minus Life saying thank you to everybody that turns up. If you get in there early, you get yourself a little gift, even if it's used as a beer cooler, whatever, man.
Hey, man,
It's yours.
the early bird gets the earworm.
That's right, 100%.
I don't think that made any sense, what I just said. Did it?
We'll just agree.
Yeah, we'll just go, yeah, Nev, you did the thing. But I think that's an awesome idea. And I think everyone should get there early anyway, because it's a great venue. It's going to be a great night. All the bands are really great. And Minus Life. What do you want?
Yeah, I think we're playing for just over an hour too. So we've got a big set plan, and we've got a few little things we're throwing in there. Oh, not a few, but you never know with me these days. We've gone a little bit crazy on the last few shows. So who knows? Everyone keeps asking for the nun. Wonder if the nun will make a return.
What do you call this one?
Wonder if people, this one's the one.
The one? Is that the get up? Is that what you call it?
We got, I don't know. I'm just going. We got the nun. Now we got the one being the onesie.
Oh,
Who knows? But hey, wouldn't it be cool if people came dressed up as nuns?
That'd be cool.
So if you want, come dressed up as a nun.
I don't look good in that get. I've got the legs for it, mate.
Yeah, no, that's why I wear leggings when I have my nun outfit on.
Well, man, it's been an absolute pleasure hanging out with you as always, and I can't wait to have beers with you when you move on down to the coast. But in the meantime,
Looking forward to it.
Saturday night, let's go. Tickets are on sale right now. Get them while they're still around. We'll have the links down here. Scott, my man, thanks for hanging out in your onesie, and
Cheers.
we will see you soon.
See you soon, mate.